The garden was stable already before she got there. He was lonely. God saw that Adam was lonely, and he wanted a companion. And so when he brought her into the already established and stable environment that he was already, the garden that he was already taking care of and was already rolling along and growing, she came to help him take it to the next level. See, what you're doing is, I think you're saying men can be all out of whack and the woman to come in and settle the dust. And what we're saying is men need to have that dust settled before he rocks with a woman, and then from there propels forward. I want to make sure that my car is riding. I want to make sure that my ship is built. But I certainly would like to have a co-pilot. I don't necessarily need her to help me build this ship. I don't need her to help me build this plane and get it flying, but I could certainly use a good crew. I
But
can't
that's what
fly
I'm
this
trying to
plane
say,
all by
Shannon.
myself.
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want no co-pilot. Y'all talking about having co-pilots. No. I need help building my ship that I'm gonna pilot. You understand what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't need no
That's
I'm
fine.
not trying to build no ship by myself and then have you come in and think you gonna have 50% rights on how to pilot the motherfucker.
But
That's
that's not
fine,
how
I,
it
Clark.
works.
You
what
That
are y'all
that
need
talking
help.
that's
about?
You
not
need
how
help grinding. You need help on the
that
No, no,
grind. That's cool.
no, no,
I
no.
know a lot of brothers like you that like
It has
50
nothing to do with
relationships.
before hold on, watch yourself, bro. It has nothing to do with needing help on the grind. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm trying to say is that I understand a woman's position is a help me. I'm not gonna sit here and act like that's not her job. So what I'm saying is y'all are trying to alleviate her from doing her damn job, which is to help you. Oh well, I could do it on my own. For what? What's the point in that? Then you might as well be single. The point of a woman being in your life is to assist you in your mission. That's her whole purpose. So stop telling niggas that they need to do their mission on their own and just give away all the spoils of their mission to the woman. Like, no, she's supposed to be helping him with that mission. That is her job. We're not taking that job off of her shoulders to make her life easier and turn it into a bunch of tricks and simps. And that's what I feel
so
like I keep hearing getting advocated on here. Oh, make her life easier. You do all the hard work and blow a bag on her. Are you dumb? That's not no real nigga shit, bro. Like, no,
so
bro. Her job is to
Okay,
assist me
no,
in my greatness. Period. End of story. So stop telling
like this
niggas the
kind
opposite.
Man wants to get married. He's only getting married truly for one reason. Because let me be honest with you women. The men can work and provide for themselves. He does not necessarily need you to cook, clean, and have sex because he can get sex from multiple women. They're giving it out. A lot of them can cook and clean. Their mother taught them, or they can pay someone to get it. The culture is telling them do not get married. So why would a man go past what the culture is telling him and choose to have a wife? Because with a wife, you can now have love, you can now have nurturing, you can have support, you can have affection. This is what he can't get from a roommate. So if that is not what you're leading with in your relationships with men, is love, support, nurturing, and respect. This is why your husband is now pulling away, because in the beginning you gave him those things. But as you got into the relationship, you got bitter, you got resentful, you start seeing his flaws, start counting that against him, you start measuring him against other men, and now you're pulling back on the love, the affection, and the nurturing.
he was mentioning, like, I don't need anybody to co-pilot. I need somebody to help me build. I need a mechanic to help me put the wings on and put the engine in and get the plane and do the test flights and all that kind of stuff. Whereas
Not all that,
we're
but
saying,
not all that, but hold the wrench for me. You know what I mean? Like you hold the flashlight steady. You know what I mean?
got it. And where we're saying is men should, in fact, build the plane and then have somebody help him operate it. And then it's weird because you say, well, she shouldn't come in. Do you know who's gonna actually want 50% of that shit? Is the motherfucker that sat there and watched you build it and helped you build it and passed the wrench and put the engine in when it was and putting the wheels on. That's the person that's gonna feel entitled to half the fucking spoils of that plane, not the person
She
that's coming
deserves it.
in and co-piloting. So that was a little backwards. But
That's the one that
let's
deserves it, though.
let's just stick with the topic. Why would men get married when they can work and provide for themselves? Why would men get Clout? Why would they? You tell us. Why would men get married if they can do everything they need to do? What's the purpose of getting married to begin with, or why would they need to do that in 2024? Clout.
I would think the only reason is if the person they're marrying can assist them in what it is that they're doing.
Essentially, if you ain't shooting in the gym with me, what's the point?
That's the logic that Cloud is basically going off of. If you ain't with me shooting in the gym, then why is it that I'm going to bring you in after the fact, after I've already arrived? Which kind of leads to the question that I asked earlier, which was I was trying to explain to Bruiser is that's why it's so much harder for a man that's already arrived to get married because he's already there.
Mhm.
What I would explain, what I would say is the reason why you would want to get yourself established first, because you can get yourself established to a point where you have leverage and you can dictate the terms of your relationship. You get what I'm saying? So if you going into a relationship with a woman and she helped you build the ship, she got a say on how the relationship is going to run. And a lot of these women today, if we want to be honest, they don't want to submit to a man where they got to do most of the work or half of the work or most of the work.
Isn't that in
Yeah,
turn
get it. I
submitting
get
to help a
that's their
motherfucker build half the shit?
That's their argument.
Listen, I get it, but that ain't how it work. It's working today.
But if somebody helps you literally build half the ship, you don't think they should have a say in how that motherfucker run?
Yeah,
Hell yeah, they should.
yeah, they should.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
the thing about it is, Sweeney, is are the men okay? Do you see in situations of men are actually okay with that? You have men out here.
A lot of men want their women to, if you ain't shooting in the gym with me, then what the fuck is the purpose of me being with you now? That's literally what a lot of men are saying today.
Yeah,
No, a lot of men are wanting these women to be fully submissive and do what they say, but they don't have a do
have
what
you
they
heard
say
say that?
relationship dynamic.
Who have you heard say, I want a woman that provides half the money, half the household, and I don't want, and I want her to provide, come in and do everything in the house, and she better do everything I want her to do, and I ain't doing shit. Tell me one man that you've heard say that shit.
Okay, well, I
nobody.
will say this: there may not be a lot of men saying that now, but that is how the old style of relationships were.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was, man. Women would sit down and have 10, 15 kids and shit and sit at home and stay at
Take
home.
care of the house, and that nigga be
And
out the
they,
house 18 hours out the day.
yeah, but they're still doing work, bro.
But
I get it. I get it. You're punching the clock. You're punching the clock. There's an equivalence to that when a woman goes to work. She's working in the house and she's taking care of the kids. She's cleaning and cooking. She's up on her feet working.
what I'm not saying, what I'm saying is that it's still balanced out. She's at home. He ain't got no choice. She ain't got no choice but to do the work because he's working 18 hours
She do
outside.
have a choice. She do have a choice. If she decides she don't want to go fucking clean up the dishes, she can decide to, unless you're gonna put some left and right on top of her head.
Come on, man. Most people understand that shit needs to get done. So what she
Yeah,
gonna sit
but
and watch
you sitting here acting like you sitting here acting like okay, I give a woman a lot of credit, bro. But I done walked in houses, I done been to neighbors' friends' houses. The woman ain't cleaning up shit and they staying at home.
Oh, and I ain't talking about the women. We talking. You said this is how it used to be. I'm like, that was not the case.
You try to relate it back to what I said on the first question. The whole reason why my whole premise on the first question is to be able to have leverage to get the woman, the type of woman you wanted. Getting her to do things that you wanted to do in the household, that ain't got nothing. It's nothing you can pay for. I mean, you can maybe be able to pay for it, but it's a temporary thing. Getting a woman to do what she's supposed to do as a woman, she has to be able to do. That's something she had to have encompassing herself as a woman, as being a woman. I'm talking about the aesthetic.
What I was referencing.
That's exactly what I said. That's her as a woman, which is why I said it don't matter if you stable or not. If she's a good woman, she's gonna play her role as a good woman. So thank you, Bruiser, for proving my point.
Okay, so marriage.
Sticking on the play a role of a good woman. You changed it.
Sticking on the caption. I believe marriage is a bad contract. I believe, and I'm speaking in my opinion, that it's nothing that I really want to do, and it's mostly for a woman's gratification. People get married because once you get married, a woman has you by the cojones at that point in time. You can do all those things as stated. You're just doing what you feel is traditional, even though it's a Western way, because we picked that up when we got over here. A woman has the contractual obligation to step in after the fact, per certain contracts or states, to say she's entitled to half your stuff. And she didn't build not one iota, put a brick up, put a drape up, put a bed in. The richest women in the world have accrued their wealth from what?
Divorce.
From signing that contract. It is the worst contract since they gave Vince Young all that money. Oh, wait, Albert Hainsworth, if you know football, that $100 million contract. I know it might sound sacrilegious to some people. If I go in certain people's houses, I know the utensils going to hit their plate. But I have an aunt and an uncle. They never signed a piece of paper, but they've been together about 53, 54 years right now.